The woman in red, who had been acting sarcastic just now looked a little guilty. What could be more embarrassing than being caught gossiping about someone behind their back and being questioned on the spot? Soon, she changed her face and smiled quickly. Juliana, you haven't been back for so long. We miss you so much. Juliana's eyes were soft and clean, but she looked at them with a cool look. Why don't you send me a message if you miss me so much? Don't you have my phone number? The woman in red hid her embarrassment. I thought you changed your number. If you've sent it, you'll know it hasn't been changed. Juliana's temperatureless eyes stared at her, not intending to let them go. You didn't finish your words just now. Why don't you say anything more? The woman in red looked embarrassed. I also heard it from others. Before she had finished speaking, Juliana walked a step forward, raised hand and slapped her face. There was a crack, crisp and loud. The woman didn't expect her to make such, let out a shriek and covered herself face, immediately apologizing in shock. I'm sorry, it's me who talked too much. I'll never listen to other people's nonsense anymore. Miss Taylor, don't be angry. Juliana looked at the woman in blue, her face turned pale, and she said tremblingly, I didn't say that. She said it just now. Juliana said coldly, chatting also requires interaction. You were quite enthusiastic in picking up her conversation just now, but now you want to break up. She raised her hand again, and the two of women took a step back in fear. Juliana took a double cream cake from a nearby table next to her and placed it in front of them. It's my brother's birthday today, and I don't want to ruin his mood, otherwise it won't be just a slap. If you can't control your mouth, just use cake to shut it up. Her tone was neither light nor heavy, but her aura was cold and pressing. When you finish eating this cake, you can leave, Juliana said, and walked straight through them. The two looked at the huge cake with stiff faces, not daring to breathe. Juliana had just taken a few steps when she met a line of sight. She looked up and saw a person leaning on the railing of the wooden stairs. Alfred William looked like he had just woken up, with his gray silk shirt buttoned loosely, and his well-defined face showing a sleepy look, which made his good and evil temperament more obvious. His eyes were full of amusement, and it seemed that he had watched all the excitement just now. Juliana paused. It's really scary. Alfred William was not afraid of trouble. I won't be silenced, will I? Juliana didn't think she was wrong to hit someone. It was just a small warning. But it's always bad to be seen by others, as if she was bullying others with her arrogance, and people felt that Simon Thompson didn't teach her well. I just invited them to have a cake. Alfred William put his hands in his trouser pockets and walked down the stairs with a lazy step. Before eating cake, they have to get a slap in the face to whet their appetite. Is that the rule in your family? He was really tall, and when he passed by, he cast a deep shadow. Juliana thought about it and turned around and called him. Brother Alfred. Alfred William turned sideways, raised his eyebrows slightly, and motioned her to say. Croyer was now forced into a dilemma by Techico. Cooperating with Amantech means giving away their hard work for nothing and losing everything. But if they don't cooperate, it means giving Techico the opportunity for nothing, and their hard work will also go to waste. Croyer was built by Kelly from scratch, and its scale is naturally not as large as that of a well-funded old company like Techico Technology. Kelly almost invested all her money in the research and development of liquid hydrogen drones. It's a free gift anyway, and no matter who it's given to, it will lead to bankruptcy. Since she had met Alfred William, she had to make one more effort. Juliana said, I know Techico's conditions are very low, but a low price does not mean that this is a good business. Croyer can promise to share the subsequent technical development results with Amantech first. In the long run, Amantech and Croyer's cooperation is more valuable. My friend is in a really difficult situation now. This cooperation is very important to her. Can you give her a chance? Alfred William lowered his head slightly, acting like a tall man to a short man, and asked leisurely, What if I don't agree? He had dark eyes and looked lazy just now. Now he looked straight into Juliana's eyes, making her feel like she was being stared at by an eagle. Juliana said, Alfred William, why are you going to treat me to a cake? Juliana knew clearly that she's face didn't carry much weight in front of him, so she had no choice but to bring up Simon Thompson again. You're friends with my brother? Can you do me a favor for his sake? Alfred William stood up straight and returned to his casual look. "If you want to use your brother's face, let him come and talk to me." Juliana pursed her lips. She originally planned to ask Simon Thompson for help today, but now she didn't want to bother him for this matter. The words of the two women just now were still ringing in her ears, and she didn't want anyone to discredit Simon Thompson in that tone again. Of course, she knew that as long as she asked, Simon Thompson would definitely help her. She also knew that if Simon Thompson came forward with just one word, this difficult problem for her and Kelly would be solved. When she was a child, she could enjoy his protection as a matter of course. Now that she has grown up, she can't do anything for him. At least, she should learn not to rely on him. In the few seconds she was silent, Alfred William had already walked away. Alfred William walked to the table. Someone came up to greet him, but he ignored them, pulled out a chair, and sat down. He casually picked one of the cakes from the pile and picked up the fork. Juliana opened her mouth, but didn't have time to utter a syllable. The silver fork that was polished to a shine had already inserted into her blueberry mousse cake, scooped up a piece, and put it into the mouth of Master William, who ate it leisurely after sleeping. Juliana had to close her mouth again. She hadn't shown up for several years, and many people took the opportunity to make friends with her. Talking behind people's backs and fawning on them in person are the faces that people in the circle can switch freely. No matter what her relationship with Simon Thompson is, it's enough that they have a relationship. At worst, she still has a father. Simon, at the mahjong table, caught sight of her figure and hooked his finger, asked someone to add a chair beside him. Juliana was about to sit down, and Adam Thomas next to her reached out and pulled the chair towards him. "Little Juliana, come sit with me. Every time you sit with your brother, his luck will be better. Come and boost me today." Simon Thompson said, "You are a noob at this, and even little Nine can't save you." Juliana watched for a couple of rounds. Adam Thomas had probably been playing mahjong with his feet for more than 20 years. Not to mention her, even the god of wealth couldn't save him. No wonder he always lost money. He deserved it. Simon Thompson's phone on the table lit up, and a message popped up. Juliana glanced at it without looking carefully. Simon Thompson ignored it. After a while, the phone rang. He picked up the phone, and when he stood up, his palm fell on Juliana's head. "Come and take my place." Juliana went over to take his place and got an excellent set of tiles with a heavenly hand, a very good starting hand in mahjong. Just as she was turning the upside-down bamboo tile right side up, she heard the man across from her ask, "Master Alfred, do you want to play a couple of rounds?" She looked up and saw Alfred William, who had slept well and eaten well, coming over and sitting in the seat that the other party had given up courteous. He took a look at the tiles and said with disdain, "What a bad luck." Edgar Hubert, who was above Juliana in the seating order, laughed and said, "With Sister Juliana here, how could anyone else have good luck?" After saying that, he played a tile. Juliana was just about to reach out and draw a tile. Alfred William took out 2 tiles from his own stack and threw them out. Pong. Juliana withdrew her hand. She didn't know if Alfred William was doing it on purpose or not. Either he would pong by himself or supply tiles to Adam Thomas, and Juliana hadn't been able to draw a tile for 3 rounds. When it came to the 4th round, she finally had the chance to draw a tile. When good luck came, it couldn't be stopped. It was exactly the 3 bamboos she needed to complete her hand. Just as she was about to take it back, "Put it down." Alfred Williams' voice was like a bucket of cold water being poured over her head. Pong. "Juliana, you are a bad person." Adam Thomas could see it. "Is Sister Juliana going to win?" Juliana silently repeated, "Party A is God," twice in her heart. Kelly's God is now her God. Put the tile back abruptly. No. Alfred William leaned on the back of the chair and rocked slowly, without even giving her a glance.